All right, let's jump into it, shall we? So this is the first of actually two different ephemeral decks that we're going to play today. Ephemeral, for those not familiar, are basically kind of like temporary or like token adjacent things for this game. So ephemeral units either die when they strike something or when the round ends. And Hecarim here is kind of the headlining ephemeral champion. In addition to being a 5/5 with Overwhelm, when he attacks, he summons two spectral riders here, which are 2/2 ephemerals. And he levels up when you've summoned when you've attacked with 7 ephemeral allies. And he's self-enabling. So like when he attacks, he adds 2 to his own level up mechanic. And then his level up ability here says your ephemeral allies have +3 attack, and then he still summons 2 of them, but you know, instead of being 2/2s, they'll be 5/2s because he's pumping up all of your ephemeral stuff. This first ephemeral build that we're trying today is pairing with Demacia here for Lucian. Lucian is a 3/2 for 2 with quick attack that levels up when he's seen 4+ allied units die. And then his leveled up mode here says not only does he gain double attack instead of quick attack, but each round, the first time an ally dies, you rally, which means you get to attack again, which is really sweet. And obviously triggering this to get to level him up should be fairly straightforward and easy with all of our ephemeral things that are going to be dying anyways. The rest of the deck is things like, Glimpse to draw some cards, things like Haunted Relic to summon a bunch of ephemeral allies. So we've seen like Haunted Relic gets paired with Kalista in decks in a neat way. In fact, something that could be worth exploring that could be fun at some point is Lucian plus Kalista, because both of them want to see things die. And then another ephemeral payoff we have here that's quite annoying to play against. This will be my first time playing with it, is Shark Chariot. So this is a 3/1 that can't block and is ephemeral, and it has Last Breath. The next time an ephemeral ally attacks, revive me attacking. So this goes away after you play it, but it comes back every other time you attack with something else that's ephemeral. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games here with this and see how it goes. Morning, Drunk Owl. But it was playing championless deck, which probably means they're playing Burn. Definitely gonna mulligan these two. I think there could be merit to keeping Remembrance because of banking spell mana, and I think this 2/3 for 2 is also just worth keeping against an aggressive deck. Hey, picking up a 1-drop here is excellent. Cursed Glimpse, redrawing Glimpse is a little annoying, but pairing it with Curse Keeper is actually great here because this will let us kill this to summon the 4/4 that we get when it dies.
Coming in hot!
You think they could be on Elusives? Oh, does the Burn deck usually play something that's not Noxious? I'm gonna go ahead and just lead on Cursed Keeper here.
Got something for 'em!
Burn is Piltover and Noxious. Okay, so probably some kind of bit of a brew then. Something very likely still something aggressive in Origin though. So elusive means I can't block unless I have my own elusive units. That means we're going to want to try and position ourselves to race here, which could be difficult.
Push back the darkness.
Tread lightly, strike hard.
Thanks, Sniper. So what do I want to do here? I could just play Soul Shepherd and then next turn Haunted Relic. That doesn't seem unreasonable. Because this will give all of my Ephemeral, this will make all these 2/2s.
Does death follow me?
I think that's the plan. And then next turn we'll go Haunted Relic into Ravenous Butcher attack. Although that's pretty good. Okay, so now we'll open on Haunted Relic still. Actually, if I Ravenous Butcher, Soul Shepherd, and then order my combat so this is last, he'll level up and get double attack. Because his level up is when 4 things die, and all of these will die if I order them first. And I don't have anything else in my hand other than this that's making Ephemerals at the moment. So I think I just do that and force some blocks here. So again, combat in this game resolves left to right. So we'll see some of that strategic decision making that can really matters in this game a lot of the time.
Hey, Krabby!
A lot of little things that often matter. So these die when they strike because they're ephemeral. So all of these will die before Lucian does anything, so he'll get double attacks. So putting jumping here makes sense.
That sneaky.
Yeah, forcing trades here is good. Hopefully they don't they can't kill us next turn. And actually we've got Black Spear here, and one of our ephemerals is going to die. So we'll be able to I think I just let this happen and plan to kill their solitary monk here. So they're gonna lose their entire board. So they're taking 10 and their board's going away.
I'll sleep when they're dead.
Oh jeez, it's about to cost 1? That's sick. So this costs 1 less for each ally that died in a round. It's great. Great, they've only got 6 resources. Be pretty surprised they can kill us.
I walk my path alone. I need no weapon.
Let's see if they can burn us out here. They put us to 2. Should be dead. Survey says they have a deal 3. Damn it. It's unfortunate. Really close game. Nah, I don't really want it. Not only do I not really want to do another one super soon, Pelly, but I want to, I want to wait until after, like, M21 happens and see what happens with historic content and more stuff like that. Could have copied their elusive, and Mir can target their champion, so I'm gonna have to look at my card. Oh, it totally can. Wait, would that have mattered though? Because they played... Oh, it's burst. Yeah, that would have worked. Okay, so I would have had to bounce everything else back to my hand, but I would have been able to block their thing there. So the card people are talking about there, I didn't have I didn't have to be dead because Fading Memories could have copied their follower and then played it out as a potential blocker, and then we wouldn't have taken 7 in combat, and we would have killed them on the backswing. Even with bouncing all of our stuff. It's a good catch. Definitely was not aware that that could copy their thing. I think I'm just gonna full mulligan here. Looking for... Maybe I keep the Remembrance, actually. Remembrance... so the way spell mana in this game works, if you bank your spell mana on turns 1 and 2, Remembrance will, Remembrance will be castable on 3. We're attacking on evens here, so Lucian's a great pickup. Obviously won't be able to Remembrance on 3 after we Lucian on 2, but that's fine.
You'll soon understand my methods.
A back surgery next week, so I'm not sure if I'll be here for 12 weeks. Cheers, or 11. It's 11 months, Joseph. Hope everything goes well for you.
Don't get in my way.
Nope. Landed. Figured out a third one, Judge Eater.
Push back the darkness. Bring in the heat.
Morning, Dizzy. Yep. And I'm planning to still do Runeterra stuff when I get back too, so I'm not just gonna, like, this isn't just like Magic sucks and we're only playing this because Magic sucks. Like I've said, genuinely have enjoyed this game. Plan to continue doing it for the foreseeable future. We'll probably do a little bit, but maybe not exactly the week I come back. We might have a 2-week Runeterra hiatus. We'll see how the schedule lines up. I think, the Griftlands game asked me if I was interested in doing another set of sponsored segments for them, because they're going to be releasing on Steam soon. So... I'm gonna fit some of them in when I get back. Man, that's brutal. Just, like, don't have anything that's useful on defense.
The journey ahead is long.
Yeah, Standard and Magic is likely to still be a garbage fire, because then, like, you can't really print cards that beat Teferi. It's just, like, not possible. Which is frustrating.
Still
I think I need a chump block here so they don't flip Zed. This levels up when it or its shadow strikes twice. If I let both these, not only am I taking 11, but this will level up. Okay, so... we do Curse Keeper into Butcher here, and then hope that they kill one of our things in combat so we can play Remembrance.
Filthy creatures.
I hate watching you play Runeterra because it highlights the issues Magic and Arena have. It's funny because it's true.
This isn't part of the training.
This thing's getting ready to level up. It's a little scary. Hopefully this is big enough to block their quick attackers. Nice. this hook is really good, so it's gonna level this up. This is gonna be double attack after these trade. I think I put this here and put this here, so I don't take 8 on the double attack on this. I actually think the 6-mana counterspell they printed is going to be pretty okay in Historic. I think it does a lot of things you're interested in having happen. Well, Zed's not going to level up, but he's also not going to die.
We're gonna need more coffins.
I've never played Magic. Would you recommend playing Magic to Legends of Runeterra player? Not in its current state.
Today we turn the tide of war.
Yeah. Lucian's pursuit is rough here. I think that's probably the game. They're gonna get to attack with Zed again here. Hey, Bloodwind, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. You from Noglandia. Just keeping me around. Part of the reason why I'm doing a bunch of Runeterra right now is because Magic's been kind of medium. Life is well. This is for people that are my regulars or even new people. If you find yourself enjoying the stream, this is going to be my last stream for the next week. Christy, we're scheduled to go in for Christy to be induced tonight. She's 39 weeks pregnant. So, be taking a week off for the baby when the baby gets here. Is there any way to see how many chariots you have banked? Yeah, when you put your attackers into play, you can mouse over the eye and see what's gonna happen. Get my support ally 2 attack and ephemeral. That's an interesting one. I guess this is especially fine with Fleet Feather Tracker though. But I'm just playing Burn. I think I'm gonna mulligan this because it's not a defensive card and we probably need to play defense here. I'm gonna keep the rest of these because they curve out. What makes Magic bad at the moment? Their formats aren't well balanced. Not only are their formats not well balanced, but they're also just like not particularly fun. And I know that fun is a very subjective measure, but they have a number of cards in Magic's current format that remove the parts of Magic that are the most interesting parts of Magic, in my opinion. Amazon Zane, thanks for the tip. I'm sure there's a comment with that tip. Just let me look at my dashboard here.
No one's the wiser.
We'll play out our 2-3 here, so with this 2-1 doesn't have a possible attack. Good games. As Zed Lucian you just faced, I thought your name seemed familiar. Hey, good luck on the rest of your lettering today. Hey, I've been playing a bunch of Runeterra. This game's a lot of fun. So this is fearsome, so it requires something with 3 attack or more to block it. This is elusive, so it requires an elusive to block it, so can't get rid of either of those at the moment. I think I'd rather hook Teemo than the fearsome, because like we'll have 3 power things here to deal with the fearsome down the line. I'm gonna go ahead and get Lucian out here before I do anything. So that way Lucian, his level up explicitly, he has to see the allies die, so that means he only meets his level up requirement if he's in play while things are dying. So I want to get him out before I hook this and have my thing die. Okay. I think you're just supposed to block early and often in these matchups. I know trading Lucian for a 2-1 like isn't exciting, but I think it's definitely something we're interested in doing here. Oh wow, this is actually great. Oh wait, JK, that's happening. I was gonna say we can kill the 2-1, but that's not how this game works.
Remember the fallen.
Hey, another Lucian's a great pickup. Still a good draw for later, okay? Still a good draw for later. Very delicious. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Just keeping me around. Yeah, I don't know who knocks. Part of the reason why I'm taking a break, decided I needed a week off, week and a half, 2 weeks off for Magic, was because I've kind of lost faith in how they're managing their game. I'm not super optimistic about it. I'd mentioned this yesterday, and this will be apparent on my reflected schedule when I come back too. But my plan when I return from paternity leave is that I'm gonna do 2 parts Magic, 1 part Runeterra to start and see how that feels. And more importantly, not only see what that feels like, but see what feedback from subs and viewers are, what viewer counts look like, etc. I don't think I've played the elusive aggro deck, if I recall, but we've played Easy Karma twice. The deck's great. Oh, you overwrote my Runeterra command with that. Can you update Yellow R? You made that. Can we make that like an opinion command and like because I want Runeterra to link to my website. TLDR.
Come, the journey ahead is long.
I can do this.
So this does 2 when it attacks.
War Mason, reporting for duty. Make the Empire proud.
I assume they're gonna attack here. Nope. Alright, need to bank a couple of mana. Lucian's a good pickup.
Push back the darkness. Won't find better this side of the sun.
That's super unfortunate. It's like basically fog. These things die at end of turn anyways. They deal 1 to each of us. So these put us at a virtual 8. This puts us at a virtual 6. They're gonna have like 4 cards to deal 6 damage to us. I have a small amount of optimism that maybe the printing of Containment Priest could mean that they're gonna change how they address Winota, but no. Okay, well, if we don't die, that's a very good draw. So this has to live in order to deal 3 to us here. So I'm actually gonna go ahead. No, actually that doesn't work, right? That's so awkward. And this is one of the awkward parts about the stack in this game. So unlike Magic, where you can let one thing resolve and then do the next one, I can't kill my thing and then play Black Spear to kill this to deny their Noxian Fervor. because once this is fast, so once this resolves, the whole stack resolves. It's probably dead. It's the difference between fast and burst. If this was a burst spell, what I was talking about there would work. Burst spells don't go on the stack. So burst spells just happen. Your opponent doesn't get a chance to respond to them, and more importantly, priority doesn't pass after you use them. So fast spells go on the stack in the middle, and then yeah, coming from Magic, it's just different. So like there's some muscle memory things from Magic that'll get you in trouble. So far our deck feels like it's falling into the pretty classical trap of we're not interactive enough to keep the aggro decks from killing us, and we're not fast enough to race them. That's one of those things that kind of transcends card games. Yeah, just a command that you can find all my Runeterra videos on my website, and then a link to my website. For people that are new to the stream, that are offering suggestions, for people, a lot of what I do here, and this is something that translates from my Magic content, is a lot of the decks that I play are viewer submissions. This is some things a viewer has sent in, and generally speaking, I don't like to try and make heavy changes to decks before playing them in, you know, half a dozen games or so we can get a feel for them. You shouldn't just gut a deck without actually playing it first, believe it or not. Hey, Blad, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I'm Cursed Keepering here. And then next turn we can either Lucian or Strip Spirit. Strip Spirit can support this to make it ephemeral and kill it, which would be nice.
Push back the darkness.
Super unfortunate. I guess Lucian saw them die at least. I guess that's actually not that bad because I get a 4/4 out of it. Yeah, and like one of the things that's really well done about this game is that like the idea of your turn is very abstract. Like I don't even think it's really fair to summarize this game as like my turn versus their turn, so much as it's like I'm attacking sometimes and they're attacking sometimes, and turns are more simultaneous in this game than my turn versus your turn, so to speak. Yeah, every turn they're simultaneous turns basically. So this will pop over on here to make it bigger.
They're my best friend.
What's the rush, huh?
I'll sleep when they're dead.
It's yours.
So now we rally and then play another Shark Chariot. We killed him?
Let's end this.
So rally gives you the attack token back. Hey, that's a good command, does he?
Stay dead.
When I was playing a little bit more of a mid-range deck there, and we were able to run them down successfully. Yay, prizes! Lucian Misfortune, another aggressive deck. I'm gonna place Hecarim because I don't really want him in the opener. Haunted Relic's actually a ramp spell for Remembrance, which is kind of sweet.
I'll write my own story.
Feed Demacia.
Thanks, Moldy. Oh, I should put... I have my... When I imported this, it used the pleb board, didn't it? I should probably swap that.
Don't get in my way.
Feel the sizzle. No one goes hungry.
So if I play this... Oh, I could actually... Huh? I can actually flip Lucian here, right? I could go Shark plus Haunted Relic, and then order him last.
New recruit reporting in.
Hey, Flesh-Eating Gnome, thanks for the 19 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Keeping me around.
Push back the darkness. Burn away the shadows.
Whoa! Hey! I'm ready.
Okay, so if they block like this, we'll trade.
Whoa!
These will live. I'll say they probably want to jump block this, because as lined up, he's going to level up and then double attack for 8.
We're gonna need more coffins.
So soon.
I've always got your back.
Don't worry about me.
I think I'm just playing this as Fog here, basically. This double attack and overwhelm work like I wanted to? It does.
Can't fight on an empty stomach.
Oh, right. And one of these is gonna die, which lets me rally. That's great. I forgot we were gonna rally.
Bring in the heat.
A delicious challenge. A morsel of regret.
I'm actually here. It's playtime.
It's playtime. And you can see when I mouse over the eye here, it reminds me that I have another shark coming in.
I'm ready.
Shark will die, which will trigger rally here.
What could have been?
I'll sleep when they're dead. Burn away the shadows.
Burn away the shadows.
Stay back.
Yeah, Lucian with the Ephemerals has been real good. For sure.
Been a long path to get here.
So she's gonna give this fearsome. And 1/1.
Bring in the heat.
They could have combat tricks here that kill us, but I think I'm supposed to say no blocks.
Our ancestors are watching.
It's a lot of fun, Korluski. Unfortunately, don't have good attacks into their 6/6 there. Have back-to-back here.
We will not hesitate.
Can we just open on attacks here and see how they block? Hey, Team Reclamation is 6 of the 8 top 8 copies. So it was 40% of day 1, it was 45% of day 2, and it's 75% of the first top 8.
All by my sword.
Weird. Weird how that works. What a well-balanced TCG with great, interesting, and stimulating formats. Are there 30? I think there's 32 growth spirals in this top 8. Unless there's definitely max breeding pool decks.
I failed.
Yeah, sorry, just tweeting that it looks like there's 32 growth spirals in the top 8. If anybody needs that tweet in their life. And then here's my other question from all of this. So, if the event this weekend is a crap show, and the events next weekend are also a crap show, like, does the same team that brought you the 30-minute ban on... The same team that brought you a 30-minute ban on, Winota, like, how long do they just, like, make no changes to standard? Is that how that works? Alright, LC, Kalista, definitely an aggressive deck. I want to mulligan, Hecarim, and I think the Redeemer, again, gonna keep the I'm gonna mulligan the Remembrance too, actually, with the Cursed Keeper. Well, that could have gone better.
Come closer. I don't
Think we just play out Lucian and plan to trade him for Elise here.
Don't get in my way.
hush now.
Stand and fight.
I mean, to be fair, like, this spell's like a 6-drop because of the way the spell mana works in this game. So, like, I'm gonna get to play this on, like, turn 4, and I could have played it on turn 3 if I had sequenced a little bit different.
Back in darkness.
You spend your wild card. You should always spend the wild cards first, because the wild cards are the most narrow resource. You should prioritize spending them wild cards, then shards, then gold. Spend them top to bottom. So wild cards only get one specific rarity, and then shards only craft cards, then gold basically does anything. So you just spend it top to bottom for optimal usage. It's really good, Marty. Yes, every game board has its own custom music, and you pick your game board because it's only your half of the screen. Basically, everything about this game is genius and well done. Riot is a very good software company. Noxon, thanks for the quarter of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So they're going to get to hook my 3-2 here, but that's fine. You know what? Playing this pre-combat was wrong. I should have waited till after they hooked Lucian here. I gave them 2 free points on this. I didn't need to give them. Oh, he's adorable. So I think we Cursed Keeper here. Past just Riot working to improve their workplace culture, from my understanding. They very recently, with all of the Black Lives Matters protests that are going on, they had one of their executives that said some very tasteless and awful remarks, and they promptly fired him and then also donated a significant amount of money. So, like, past just improving issues they've had in the past, they also had a recent issue that they were very prompt about addressing in a way that I think was very good. So my mistake that I talked about from last turn, where I let them deal 2 damage from this, means that these now trade, and I'm just gonna make them take this, otherwise they're gonna like to do it. Thanks for the 22 months, Gershon. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yesterday, the LCS Riot's US League of Legends League had an 8-minute and 46-second black screen segment in the middle of the program. Good. And then, like, Riot's been having these good responses to these things, all while Wizards of the Coast has been mostly deafening silent on the things that, and the issues that have been brought up with their own workplace. I think we're just playing Hecarim here, so we can open on attacks with that next turn. Although maybe I don't want to open on attacks, because I could play Phantom Prankster first. Yeah, we might not be opening on attacks. I might Phantom Prankster plus Glimpse here, depending on what they do.
Everyone's a god.
Yeah, companies are just doing what they see as profitable, which is why it's more important when companies take meaningful, specific action, like firing people who have presented issues or donating actual money. It's free and cheap for them to tweet something out that's kind of meaningless. It's not free for them to donate $11 million or to fire someone on their board. Those actions speak much louder than words that they can offer.
My saplings.
I mean, Wizards has always had issues with communication, right? Like, if you go back and look at all the different things we talk about, problems with Wizards is always communication related. Correct. Yes, I agree, Lucas. When capitalism is on your, when the sides, the companies that are trying to make money are siding with the movement, it means the movement is going to have some traction. I'm going to eat this here. We talk about Riot censorship and having to do with Hong Kong. The realistic take on that is, as someone who gave a strong stance on that at one point, I think my strong stance on that was unrealistic and largely ignorant. Like, if you wanna take a strong stance on companies that Tencent has put money into, you basically can't play video games in 2020. I'd encourage you to look at all the different things that Riot, or all the different things that Tencent has put money into, and conclude that you can avoid them, because you basically can't. I think I'm just playing the Haunted Relic here. Actually, I guess I could Tracker. No, this would fill my bench. I think I'm gonna Haunted Relic here, and then we'll be able to Remembrance post-combat. Giving to charity is free publicity and you can write it off on your taxes. It's literally not free, and I'm gonna time you out because that statement is so stupid. Giving to charity is free publicity. Do you understand that that costs you money? So like, it's like, by definition, it is not free. I don't want to attack with this because I don't summon the other things here. Like, yeah, actually, I'd probably rather attack with the 4/4, right? Yeah, like, and one, being able to write something off your taxes also doesn't make it free. Writing something off your taxes and calling it free also shows ignorance because it shows a fundamental misunderstanding of how taxes work. No, I don't have a shark. That was last game we had sharks. This is free because we had 6 things die this turn. The question is, are we going to be able to avoid dying on the backswing? We'll play this out and then we'll play Remembrance to summon a fatty here and hope to not die in the backswing. Yeah, I agree with Lucas. Lip service is much better than the term virtue signaling. Virtue signaling, calling people social justice warriors, those are all basically dog whistles for awful things. Awful things in people. We might die here. We'll get to play this out as another blocker, but they're gonna get to hook 2 of our things here, and every time something they have dies, they're draining our Nexus for 1. So if we eat this, they don't get the spider from this, which is nice. And we get to draw 2 cards. So they'll hook my 5/5s here.
We could use a bite.
I'll trade here. Block here. I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I block here, I take 1, 2. Wait, no, this isn't dying, right? This is 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, wait. So if I do this, I take 1, 2, 3. I take. So this is 1. Yeah, we can do the I, right? I. So this puts me to 0. This puts me to 1. Hi, Declan. I hear you. You need to hold on, bud. Okay, I think we do this and go to 1. The problem is, are we going to be able to kill them next turn without this killing us? Doesn't seem likely. She's fearsome. So I could do this. I just need to do this to make a decision. Sorry, I'm out of time. I could block here and then put this here as an option. All right, we're dead to that regardless. Yeah. Need to get used to knowing the eyes there and using it to cut down the time that I'm using to play. Fizz Jinx. Okay, some kind of aggro brew. Definitely mulliganing at least one of these. I'm gonna keep these 2 and just try and get Hecarim quickly. Super awkward. This deck's felt more than a little bit on the clunky side. Lot of 4, 5, 6 cost things in here. Fearsome Elusive. That card's really good at triggering Plunder.
I can do this. Don't get in my way.
Open wide.
He's dead, Jim.
Lucky you. I'm the last thing you'll see.
Lucky you, I'm the last thing you'll see.
I didn't do anything.
Really? Alright, deal. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to Fading Memories this, just so I have another one for next turn. Yeah, I think maybe I was supposed to Fading Memories my 1/1 there. It's a good pickup.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
I'll be quick.
I'm just gonna put this here.
So we're taking 8 here. So we'll bank 3 of the 4 mana. It's a decent pickup. Okay, so we'll get to do this. And then this is gonna be ready to level up right away, which is nice. Wow, that's good.
I'm on a roll.
Yep, and now Jinx is too big. Now Jinx is too big for Black Spear. And then I think we're just memories this, play the other one out, attack with the stuff. Gonna be another close game here.
Now it's a party. Yep.
Could just be a game where we get burned out again, though. Should I just play Hecarim so I can open on attacks here? Hopefully they can't get their hand empty with 3 cards in it. Or if they can get their hand empty, they won't have enough to Super Mega Death Rocket as well. These are all just elusive. Give a Mystic Shot or am I dead? Do I get a turn? Okay, they got a Super Mega Death Rocket, but it's fleeting and it goes away here. Yeah, they just drew a bunch of cards, so could easily get burned out here, get excited or whatever. I assume this is gonna kill us.
Starting to bore me.
Yeah, they have Jinx in play, which means their Jinx is in hand to get excited.
You'll be sorry.
Easy, Tiger.
Expecting this to flip up and be lethal. The Weather Lighty, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And get excited here happens before combat, so this will kill us, and then and even though they're dying in combat, Yeah, I think I'm gonna be done with this one. This one felt like just barely not good enough in most of the games that we played. And I think let's take a peek at it real quick here and talk about potentially some of the issues. I felt like at a minimum, I feel like at a minimum the deck needs fewer pieces of top end. Like back to back was super awkward at the top of the curve. And like we have a lot of cheap things, but like the number of sixes we have, I definitely felt in those games that we played. The lack of removal. Do you think there's tension between early game Lucian and late game Hecarim? All right, I'm gonna give you a chance because I'm feeling generous today. What do you mean by that? Please elaborate. This isn't corporate America. Don't use your buzzword. Be descriptive and specific. Like, what do you mean by early game tension? Because this doesn't have to see you attack with ephemerals, so I'm not really sure what you mean by that. Yeah, that could honestly be a thought too. Maybe you just drag the curve down by playing Kalista instead of being like, you just use ephemerals as a way to make things die, as opposed to like for this late game Hecarim. He was very slow, but back to back definitely wasn't good. The lack of removal in this deck felt like an issue at multiple points. Like in a lot of the games that we played, if we had just like had one piece of removal or like one better piece of interaction, I feel like we would have been able to catch up in a lot of those games that we struggled in, and we just didn't have that. So you could play things like there's the 5 mana Grasp of the Undying, drain something for 3, stuff like that, etc. So, oh, single combat's in our colors. Yeah, single combat would be reasonable. I can see that as well. Yeah, single combat and or Grasp of the Undying. Playing some more, lowering the curve and playing some more tools to help keep me alive is what I would be interested in doing. I also think like Soul Shepherd and Stirred Spirits, these are kind of low quality cards that didn't feel fantastic when I was playing them. Would probably swap these out for other like individually more powerful cards, etc. All right, what are we doing? We are going to, we're going to play some Gangplank Control up next. I'm going to quick ad roll while I get this uploaded to my decks page and tweet out that we're changing decks. And when we get back, we're going to play some Bilge Water Shadow Isles. Be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Don't go anywhere.